Welcome to the Dragon Nation.
Welcome back, Dragon Nation. I am Dragon King Tom. Welcome back to Dragon's Corner, Episode 2. The last video I posted was The Lost Ones, Chapter 1 through 3. And it was inspired by a pic that I kind of did on an AI thing where it just kind of... Well, it started on TikTok. It was TikTok and an AI, me into this little thing. And kind of got me thinking about what I could do with that picture, and kind of wanted to do a sci-fi because it had like a sci-fi vibe, and I just wanted to kind of do a video or a story with that character. And I know this kind of went off from where I was originally going with the character or with the story that I was going to do next, and that's okay because I've got several stories lined up. I'm still working on a lot of stories. Every time I get so far, I think I start to regress and start, not necessarily regress, but I'll get so far, and then I have the bad habit of starting a new story. I'm actually working on a Pokemon fan story right now that I hope that a lot of people will enjoy at some point. But the Lost One is the main focus, and I'm doing a little something different with it. As you probably noticed over the last couple of videos, it was kind of one picture and the story stretched out through the entire one picture. I'm kind of trying to place photos to each particular scene, I guess, to see if that works a little bit better. I don't know if you like that. Please let me know in the comments, or just let me know. I may go back to just doing one photo per story. I don't know yet though, because I want to make sure that characters are introduced. I want to make sure characters that you get a visual of each character and a representation of each character. So that's kind of where I'm setting at right now. With that is just kind of I'm doing a lot of work to get photos, which yes, they are AI animated photos. If I could draw, I would do it myself. Believe me, sometimes AI can be very frustrating when trying to work with it, especially when you're when you're trying to write stories and you need a little bit of help. I can see why a lot of people don't like AI, and that's fine if you don't. I find it to be a useful tool to help me take the ideas that I have and put them on paper, as they would say. I feel like the AI helps, write it to an extent, but it takes what I've already told it and it fleshes it out a lot better, in my opinion. But like I said, here on Dragon's Corner, this is going to be the show that we kind of talk about, any comments you may have, or whatever it may be.
Welcome to the Dragon Nation.
Sorry about that, guys. I was going to look to see if there was any comments on this particular video. There's no comments on this video. So, like I kind of said the last time I had brought this up, I was going to look at comments for questions, concerns, whatever it may be, and just kind of talk about the world in general. The world, I don't want to give anything away, but obviously, if you listen to at least the first chapter or watch this first video, it's about 11 minutes long. But in this 11-minute video, I go over 3 chapters. These 3 chapters kind of set up where he is. He's on, there's a war going on between the Coalition and the Dominions, and he gets shot down. The ship he's on gets shot down. He gets in a escape pod, crash lands on a planet that no one's ever stepped foot on, alive. And the Dominions obviously chase him down, So now he's not the only one that's ever stepped foot on here, but the creatures there aren't used to humans, so they tend to attack and, have a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun writing this particular story. The character is named after me, sort of, and to me it was a lot of fun, and I still gotta do the videos and get things to a point where I like them. Well, actually, I'm in the process of just converting them to videos. So, getting the videos made and getting things into where I need them to be, so that I can post the next chapters. I'll probably post chapters like 4 through 7 or 8. So we might get a lot more chapters in there. I don't know if that's going to stretch the videos. I know in one of my earlier videos, I think it was in the Dragon's Corner episode 1, where I talked about I wanted to keep the videos to about a 10-minute minimum, or maximum, something like that. I didn't want them to go too long. I didn't want to bore people with a bunch of nonsense. You'll notice that I'm doing my setup a little bit different also, as far as like, instead of me being in front of the camera, this is just going to save me time, guys. That's why I made the avatar, so you don't have to look at my ugly mug during the whole video. You can look at something that looks decent. I like the character, the avatar that I got created, and I think he looks pretty cool. I definitely think he looks better than me, but I figure that's better than having to set my camera up every time. And maybe in the future, maybe I'll go back to, filming me live, a live feed of me or something. But until then, I'd rather just do something that seems a little more logical, I guess. And, again, if you are sitting there watching these videos and you probably don't want to see me the whole time, and I don't blame you. So, and that's like going back to why I do different photos for, like, try to do every scene with the different photos, because I kind of want to give you a visual of what is going on, but at the same time, I don't want to bore you necessarily, have you looking at the same thing the entire time I'm talking during the stories. Now, in these videos, it'll probably be just my avatar sitting there, and I hear me talking in the background, and that's kind of probably the way in the direction I'm going to go in from here on out. But since, again, back to, since there isn't really a whole lot of information to go off of, questions, yada yada yada, I'm not really sure where to go with this. In this particular video, I didn't prepare maybe as much as I should have, and that's okay. I think that's okay. In my opinion, it's okay. This is just kind of a way. The Dragon's Corner is just kind of a particular way for me to kind of talk to myself in general and get an idea of what I'm doing. So this one's probably getting a little off track and out of, off topic a lot. But the Lost One, chapter 1, 2, 3, that's where, that was the last video. If you haven't listened to it, you might give it a listen. I thought it was pretty good. I thought I did a really good job on it. That one took me a little longer, and it was a little more work than the first couple of ones, just because the way I did it was a little different than I did the other videos. And you may or may not be able to tell that when listening to it. But hopefully if you listen to it, and hopefully you enjoyed it, you hit the like button. If not, that's fine too. I get this. Not everyone's going to like everything I put out there, and not everybody's going to enjoy what I put out there, and that's fine. But I did get off track of where I wanted it to be and how I wanted to do things. And hopefully I'm going to get back on track with that, guys. and I'll be posting another video as soon as I can, hopefully sooner rather than later. I want to at least get on track of where I was originally going to be for these videos. I don't have a whole lot more to say, guys, but I appreciate it. Subscribe, click the like button if you liked it, and just have a good day, guys. Appreciate it.